Hey, everybody, and I hope you are on your way to a great holiday weekend, the unofficial start to summer. And here we are with the Indiana Pacers, 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals. Piasco Siakam, 39 points, 114 to 109. Pretty special game for Siakam. And the Knicks had opportunities. The Pacers had missed free throws. The Knicks were getting offensive rebounds. But in the end, the Pacers made the shots. They got the rebounds. They made their free throws, and they got the stops. And you can say anything you want about the Knicks being a good road team, the Pacers not being as good at home. Uh, Barring an injury, I don't think there's any way the Knicks can win this series. I just don't. The Indiana Pacers are playing way too well to just lose 4 or 5 games right now. And they match up well with the Knicks. And this is going to be another disappointing spring for the fans of the Knicks. Because once you eliminate the Boston Celtics and the number 1 seed, the Cleveland Cavaliers, are eliminated, this is your best chance right now, right here, to get to the NBA Finals. This is it. For a franchise that has been as bad as the Knicks, this is your chance. And you have home court advantage. You absolutely throw away game 1. And tonight, where you pretty much have to win the game, you don't. And the final of 114 to 109. I don't want to say the series is over, but the series is over. I could see the Knicks winning game 3. I don't see them winning both games in Indiana. And the reason is I think Indiana's just a better team. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson, who's great. Bridges at times takes your breath away, but the Pacers are a team. And they are so supremely coached. They are so well coached. How about the timeouts that Rick Carlisle took in the fourth quarter when the Knicks got momentum every time? He's a brilliant coach. He really is. That's a great coach right there. So we'll see what happens. You have both conference series now with the score of 2-0. Minnesota, they go home. We'll see what happens. But they were pretty well outmatched and outclassed in games 1 and 2. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's the real freaking deal. So 114 and 109. We'll take your thoughts. I'm not going to go that long today, this being a holiday weekend. We're going to get you ready for the weekend. If you want to call the show, here is your link. You got the QR code above my shoulder, and we can do this. What do you think of sports-wise when it's Memorial Day weekend? I always thought about playing Little League Baseball as a kid. Very often, my dad would take us to Yankee Stadium if the Yankees were home for a baseball game. But I always thought of Little League Baseball. I always thought about, for me, a couple of weeks away from the end of school, because where I was growing up, we started school every year 2 days after Labor Day and always ended up around my birthday in June. So to me, Memorial Day, I've always thought of Little League, Yankees, end of school, my birthday, summer vacation. And of course, we pay tribute to those that paid the ultimate sacrifice on Memorial Day. So always think about that as well. Glad to have you with us here on If You Don't Like That. Pacers 2-0 lead while watching former Kings player Tyrese Halliburton in these playoffs is awesome to watch. It's pretty special. Looks like Indiana and Oklahoma City, NBA Finals. It's looking that way right now. Certainly looking that way. But at the Indiana Pacers, boy, are they well coached. They are so well coached. Cody says, if you don't like that, you don't like Indiana Pacers basketball. Hope you're doing well, Cody. You got to admit the 2 games between Indiana and New York were very entertaining. I would say that. But the Pacers, boy, They are so well coached. They are so well coached. Every move that Rick Carlisle makes seems to be the right move. You know, and I look at the box score from this game tonight, right? And I look at some of the things that stood out to me was the fact that Indiana did not shoot well from the line, and yet they still win the game. 15 of 21. They missed 6 free throws in this game, whereas the Knicks were 85%, 18 of 21. You know, I look at Indiana, shot the ball well, nearly 52%. I look at their three-point shooting, very good, 13 of 30. You know, the Knicks, to me, they had, I think it was 6 minutes left to go in the fourth. They had a couple possessions where they could not convert when Indiana did, and the game kind of got away from them a little bit. So, being a Knicks fan, 114 to 109. 114 to 109, the final, as they go back to Indiana for games 3 and 4. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you can fire Tom Thibodeau if the Knicks lose in this series to Indiana. I really don't. I mean, there will be talk of that because it's New York, and I'll tell you right now, if Tom Thibodeau, for whatever reason, is gone, keep your eye on Michael Malone to be the next head coach of the Knicks. You heard it here first. Kitty cat meow. I'll tell you, I don't understand why Karl Anthony Towns was on the bench for almost the whole fourth quarter. I didn't understand that. That did not make sense to me. I was a little puzzled by that, to be honest. You know, I look at Towns tonight, played 28 minutes. Bridges played 45. Brunson played 39. Mitchell Robinson played 29 minutes. Karl Anthony Towns. And, you know, in all fairness, and again, this can be a little deceiving, Towns had a plus-minus tonight of minus 20. Robinson's plus-minus was plus 6. So by the numbers, but I think it was too long. Too long. No, the Knicks have not lost. They lost tonight, but they haven't lost the series. Look, the Knicks had their chances and did not take advantage. I'm ready to stick a fork in them. I'm not ready to stick a fork in them just yet, but they got to win both games. They can't just win one game in Indiana. Grant, with Halliburton at a minimum 2 wins away from the finals, is it safe to say the Pacers won the trade? It depends how you define winning the trade. I mean, it's not like the Kings got chopped liver back. They got a multiple-time All-Star who's one of the best bigs in the league. So, I mean, it depends how do you define the trade? We talked a lot about this yesterday. Grant, how about this trade? Kuminga, trash for Monk and Murray. I don't understand your question. Knicks fans, we have the worst luck. Kings fans, hold my beer. Yeah. I talked about this with Rhino yesterday. The Halliburton talk's going to go on forever. Just like the Luka talk's going to go on forever if you're a Kings fan. Just the way it is. I talked about this a day ago. There's special talent and there's special player. Halliburton's a special player. And when you have a special player, you need to hold on to a special player. And that's how I characterize Tyrese Halliburton. To me, he's a special player more so than a special talent. Like Jalen Brunson to me is a special talent and a special player. Halliburton's more of a special player. And he's a franchise player. I think you can say that. He's a franchise type player. Who do I think is better, Cat or Domas? I personally think Domas is. I just think he's better all-around player, and I think he Well, he's really good. I don't think we need to even debate that. Fox especially got rid of him. See, to me, Fox is more of a special talent than of a special player. Like, to me, Fox is not a franchise player. He's just not, in my opinion. He's a special talent, but I don't think he's a franchise player. Like, to me, if De'Aaron Fox is the best player on your team, you're not winning. And maybe that's the case now in San Antonio because he's clearly not the best player on the team. You know, you have Wembanyama, you got Castle, the Rookie of the Year. I mean, Wembanyama's the franchise. The Spurs are going to be one of the more interesting teams to keep an eye on next year. They're going to be one of the more interesting teams to keep an eye on. All right, this weekend in sports, what do you look forward to the most? What about the F1 race in Monaco? Are you into that? What about baseball? I don't watch baseball that much anymore. I watched hockey tonight, Edmonton shutting out Dallas 3-0 to lead to tie the best of 7 series at a game apiece. French Open. Just had the PGA with Scottie Scheffler winning. Now we look forward to the U.S. Open coming up in a couple of weeks. What's on your sports calendar this weekend? What's on your sports calendar? Some of the top events that I just named. But basketball, you know, if both Oklahoma City and Indiana win games 3, boy, what a disaster for the networks. Grant, I see the Mavs have it better with Flag than Luka. We'll see. I mean, you got to remember the Mavs were in the NBA Finals last year. Did you forget that? I mean, you can't forget that. They won the West last year. Can't just make believe that didn't happen. You just can't say, well, gee, you know, that didn't happen. Well, it did happen. They beat Minnesota. They lost to the Celtics in the finals, but, you know, they won the West last year. Is Cooper Flag going to be able to do that with Dallas? I mean, we'll see. What about the Kyrie Irving? Is he going to come back? And if so, I mean, he is going to come back, but will he be 100%? Will Anthony Davis be able to stay on the floor? I wouldn't just automatically pencil in the Dallas Mavericks. Random thought came to my head. Is it true that DMC punched Dante Green on the team play? No, he punched him in the locker room, and he got suspended 2 games for it. Punched him in the locker room, not on the plane. Belmont Stakes in June. See, to me, the Belmont Stakes isn't, if you don't have a Triple Crown at stake, it's just another race. Just another race. Alex is talking about the Preakness. Again, the fact that you didn't have the Derby winner in it, to me, the Preakness becomes insignificant. That's me. I mean, you can talk about the race was great, whatever. But to me, if you don't have the Kentucky Derby winner, why even watch the Preakness? That's how I feel. Because 99% of the people don't know squat about horse racing. So if the Preakness doesn't have the Derby winner, like, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch it. For me, and again, I'm a very, novice horse racing fan. I'll watch it if there's a Triple Crown at the Belmont. Like, I watched this when Secretariat won at Belmont. Like, I watched that, and I was excited for that and other significant races like that. But I'm not watching, like, the Belmont, to me, big deal. And the Belmont, not too far from where I grew up. I used to pass the Belmont track all the time on the way to Kennedy Airport. Belmont, not too far from where I grew up. Probably get there with no traffic, which that's only going to happen at 4 a.m, probably in 30 minutes. I did forget about the Indy 500. Shame on me. How the hell could I forget the Indy 500? Thank you, Russell. I always used to watch the Indy 500. It was must-see TV for me. A.J. Foyt, Al Unser, Bobby Unser. I mean, I can go on and on. It's not what it used to be. But yeah, there is the Indy 500, and shame on me for not mentioning that. I can't believe I forgot the Indy 500, considering it was like part of my Memorial Day weekend every single year until they had the split. That's when it changed. But when Andretti was there, whether it was Mario or Michael, you had Bobby Rahal. I mean, I can go on and on. That was racing. I know you mentioned that you don't think Fox is a special player, but did you think he was on his way to becoming one after the 22-23 season when he made a big leap? Yeah, I did. Yes. I thought in the playoffs against Golden State before he broke his finger, he was on his way to being that. But then he regressed for some reason. He's a special talent. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But special player, he's too inconsistent for me. He's too inconsistent for me to be a special player. And I don't think he takes you on his back like Halliburton has done and some of these other special players. And again, I know Fox a year removed from the fourth quarter hero or whatever the hell you call it. But we'll see. He's going to have a new opportunity in San Antonio with the Spurs. So, you know what? We'll see. All right. As I said, I wasn't going to go long today. I was even thinking about not doing a show, but I want to come on after the Knicks and the Pacers and just talk about that and get you set for the weekend. But I'm out of here. I wanted to get on. I wanted to say hello. I wanted to thank you for your support. I wanted to wish you a very happy and safe holiday weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy your weekend. There's so much going on. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. But most importantly, stay safe. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. I'll be back Tuesday right here on, if you don't like that, 8 o'clock Pacific on Tuesday. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.